Let me know.
Knee! Over there, down again!
So I want to be the best.
Future star being born right before our eyes.
I grinded so many years for this.
Elbow knee! Over and out! Jim Caceres, spectacular! Knee! Maury Kroma ends this fight!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the press conference. Coming up for Glory 98 tomorrow night, RTM stage in Rotterdam. We are finally going to kick off the 2025 season for Glory Kickboxing with a fantastic night of fights and so many great fights on the card. I'll tell you an interesting part of what I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. There will be 11 fighters on this card that have never lost inside the Glory ring, 11-0. Somebody's O has got to go, as we've always said in combat sports, and some of those undefeated fighters are with us for the press conference tonight, where we will open it up for questions from the press coming up here in just a moment. But let me take this opportunity to tell you that some seats were opened up for the show tomorrow night. So if you happen to be in the area and want to kick off 2025 in style with us tomorrow night with the best, the biggest kickboxing organization in the world, make sure you're there with us tomorrow night in Rotterdam for Glory 98. You can find out more information about tickets by going to glorykickboxing.com. Some of those undefeated fighters inside the Glory ring are actually with us for questions here. So let me take just a second and introduce you to those fighters. I'll start at that end. First, the time bomb, Michael Boapea. Give him a big hand. Michael is actually the #1 middleweight contender in the world, but he's stepping up a weight class tomorrow night, looking for something, a little more challenging in this time, and he's going to be taking on this man who's standing or sitting at my left, Ibrahim El Bouni, who is here with us today. Back on the other side, the Black Ghost, Maury Kroma, one of those undefeated fighters. He is 3-0 as he steps into the ring tomorrow night. His opponent, interestingly enough, also undefeated at 3-0, Jim Caceres. Two young fighters. We're excited about their futures, and we're excited that they're a part of this card to kick it off. Theodor Ristov will attempt to become the first Bulgarian champion of Glory ever. A great find for us when we traveled to Burgos at Glory 89. So he's the challenger to take on the champion. Making his second defense of the belt, please welcome Chico Quasi. Also on an unbeaten streak of his own. And then, of course, the crowning event of tomorrow night, the main event. A couple of guys that have been away for a while. First of all, Uku Yuriandal, who has been away from the Glory ring for almost a full year now. And then the big return. We know Moroccan fans are excited about this. Glory fans all over the world are excited to see the Goliath return to the Glory ring. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamal Ben Sadiq. After 2.5 years, he is going to be back in the ring tomorrow night. We're going to open it up to questions in just a moment, but I want to introduce you to another important member of the Glory family and, of course, former welterweight champion of the world. Please welcome Joseph Valtellini.
All right, thanks, Tim. I know I'm excited to be back here for the new year, and I'm sure all of these fighters are as well. So I'm going to start with some questions. I'm going to start with you, Jamal. It's been 30 months. I mean, it's a long time, but all fight week, man, we've seen smiles from you. What's your mindset one day before the return?
Well, like you said, it's a long time, and from the start from the week, I'm enjoying every little moment from fight week. So yeah, guys, I can't wait till tomorrow. It started when Glory announced the big event this Saturday. You have seen the tickets were sold out in less than 2 weeks, so that means a lot for me also. So guys, I hope to see you tomorrow.
Your first opponent back, Uku Yuriandal, the big boy, big hitter. Why did you accept this fight against Uku, and what do you think about him as your opponent?
Well, when they first told me Uku Yuriandal, I was thinking, wow, that's a big guy, a strong puncher, a very explosive fighter, very dangerous fighter. So a fighter to really look out for. So that motivates me also, you know, and I'm happy that I get a chance to fight him because he had some big fights in the past. So I can't wait for tomorrow. We will see what he will bring to to the ring tomorrow.
Thanks, Jamal. Uku, I mean, we talked about Jamal's layoff, but you've been off a year with a lot of injuries, and it was a tough return for you. How's your mindset going in against Jamal?
This is a big moment for me also, like it was with Badr Hari. It's almost exactly the same feeling. When I got the news that I fight with Jamal, I got the goosebumps first. But it's really nice to fight with such a big name and such a strong fighter. And yeah, it will be nice.
You got the win against Badr Hari, a legend. I mean, you even called Jamal a legend himself. How do you get the job done tomorrow?
Let's see. I'm sure we will both want to aim knockout, so let's get it on.
All right, I like it. Thank you, Uku. I'm going to move to Chico Quasi. Chico, every time you looked at the promo, anytime your name is mentioned and it says champion, we see a little smile. It's a good feeling for you to be here with this belt.
Always, yes. I'm always happy. I'm excited to win my third belt. So yeah, I'm enjoying every moment.
Your last fight was in Holland against Tijani, a huge fight here in Holland.
Yep.
But you got an up-and-coming fighter in Hristov. What do you think about him as your opponent?
He's a dangerous fighter. He surprises a lot of people just like me. But he's a little bit more orthodox. I'm a little bit more unorthodox. But yeah, let's see. It'll be a nice fight.
All right, thank you, Chico. Theodore, you've been smiles all week too. Big dream opportunity for you. Give me your thoughts on Chico. I mean, he's called you unorthodox as well, but what do you think about him?
I think he's a crazy fighter, a weird fighter even, but I think he's good and he's champion with a reason. But I'm here for his belt, so I will give my best at the fight.
What do you have to do tomorrow night to be the first Bulgarian champion?
To take his head, of course.
That's a tall task over there.
Yeah, tall task, yeah.
All right, let's move on. I'm actually going to get Tim to open up the questions to the audience and let someone else speak.
And here's the way it's going to work. Just raise your hand if you have a question. We have ladies over here with microphones, and they will run a microphone to you for your question. We would ask that you please ask it in English, and we'll start right down here on the second row with the first question for one of our fighters.
Hi, is this on? Yes. Giovanni for Sport News. And when you entered the stage, Sam, you shook everyone's hand except Maury's hand. Is there any bad blood between you guys?
No, it's not bad blood, but for now, yeah, he's my enemy. And tomorrow, yeah, we can shake hands after the fight. But for now, I want to make war.
Thanks. Next question for Ibrahim. Michael Bopea is moving up in weight. Do you think this is a one-off, and do you think that he can handle the light heavyweights?
I think he can handle the light heavyweight, but he has to handle me first, and after that, he can handle the light heavyweight.
All right. And another question for Chico. If you compare Theodore to your last three opponents, where do you rank him?
I will find out tomorrow. I think he's the most dangerous guy in my last three opponents. Yeah, I think he brings more danger than the other guys. Yes.
Thanks. And Uku, we spoke before, and you had some difficulties with finding sparring partners. And how did it went this training camp?
I luckily find some sparring partners in Poland, in Warsaw, in Unique Fights Gym, and yeah, it ended up very well.
Okay. Thanks. Last question for Michael Bopea. There have been bonuses announced for the last heavyweight standing, but I don't think there are any bonuses announced for this event. What do you think about that?
Where's Robbie? I need him then. Then we need a chat because I think all the guys here love money, so me also. So maybe you can give a little 5K bonus, you know? That would be nice. But I will talk with Robbie.
Emil Sardarian from Stand 'em Up. I got a question for Jamal. Jamal, when you got on stage, I saw you talking with Chico. Obviously, you guys have been teammates, not anymore, but I feel like you guys still have a good relationship. How has it been seeing Chico go from a young up-and-comer to a champion that defends his belt right now? And how does it feel to share a card with him?
Well, at the time I was training at the Mike Gym, I was seeing how Chico was training and how he's dedicated to his training. So it's not for me a surprise to see him now here next to me. It's really not a surprise because he's a good, very, very strong fighter. And I think we didn't see him yet in his best. So I think also he will be a champion for a long, long, long time.
Question for Chico. Chico, obviously you defended your title last time around, but it was a draw. A lot of people are screaming controversy. Now, this fight against Hristov, are you planning on making it more decisive?
Yeah, of course. I always want to make it more decisive. I want to knock somebody out. And last time it didn't happen. I just could get a knockdown, of course. But this time I don't want to leave it in the hands of the judges. Yes.
We're getting a finish?
Yes, of course. For sure.
Hi, Raf Hermans for Belgium newspaper Nieuwsblad. Question for Jamal. You've been away for 2.5 years. How much impact is it going to have in the ring tomorrow?
It's been a long time, like you said, and I don't think it will have an impact tomorrow inside the ring because we had some very hard, seriously sparring sessions at our gym. So I don't think so that I have some ring rust or something like that. Tomorrow I will show the fans and the fans around the world who is the Goliath and why they have missed me so long. So I can't wait for tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. One question for Murray. You had a great start at Glory, 3-0. Is Kacheris going to be your toughest opponent yet?
I think Jam is going to be my toughest opponent for right now. He is ranked top 5 for a reason. 3-0, me also. So this fight is a great opportunity to prove who's a hard-working guy of us. So I'm ready for it, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Geraldo for Warrior Code. I got a question for Michael Boapea. The question is, you're fighting Ibrahim Elbouni now first. Why not wait for Donovan Whistle? Why was this fight necessary?
Because I don't like waiting on people who waste my time. So that's why I wanted to fight. And it didn't matter which opponent, which weight class it was. I just wanted to fight. And yeah, Bouni wanted to fight, so that's why. But I'm not a person who's going to wait maybe 7, 8 months for a fighter. That's not me.
But if the challenge comes, you're still going to fight him?
Of course, I will go back down to 85 and then I'll fight him. If he's ready, but if not, yeah, then I have Elbouni now. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I got a question for Jamal Ben Sadiq. I saw in an interview that you said end of 2025 you will be champion. So does that mean that end of the year you're going to fight Rico Verhoeven?
Well, first I have tomorrow, and after that I will step in the biggest Grand Prix this year. I hope to fight in June, and then I have a space from 4 or 5 months. So maybe if Glory decides that he will defend his belt, because I think that's necessary to do within a year, then I am available, yes, 100%. And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you. I got a question for Chico Kwasi also. Chico, you said Hristov is the most dangerous fighter you fight against tomorrow.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the other 2 opponents you fight against are less dangerous than he was, or is it just the style he has?
I think it's just the style he has. He's more dangerous, less predictable than my last 2 opponents. They're really good kickboxers, but they're predictable. And like you can see in my last 2 fights, in the second round, I made knockdowns because I read my opponent, and he's a little bit harder to read. So yeah, that's the reason. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hey guys, a few questions from the Glory Social team that we got from fans. First, the champ, Chico Quasi. Ristov's last fight was a victory over your teammate, Robin Siric. Is there any extra motivation there to get revenge?
No, no extra motivation. He also won against Myrtle, and yeah, 2 fights ago, Andy won against Myrtle, so yeah, it's an extra, but it's not extra motivation or something. Like, I will be happy when I win against him. A little bit extra happy, but not extra motivation. I'm always motivated, I'm ready.
Nice, gotcha. And then for your opponent, the challenger, Theodor Ristov, you've already beaten a former champ and former title contender in Glory. Do you think it's time for more people to put some respect on your name?
Yeah, I think so. I have a lot of respect in my country, but I want to stand up also here in Glory and everybody know my name and know what I can do.
Nice, yep. And then I'll question for both Maury and Jem. Do you feel a win here puts you guys in the title contention for a shot at the belt against Tariq Kababas? We'll go to Jem first.
Sorry, can you do it again?
Yeah. Do you think a win here puts you in the conversation for a title shot against Tariq Kababas?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe the next one is a title fight, but I'm happy with the title contender fight also, so it doesn't matter.
And for Maury?
For me, after this fight, I just want a title fight. I smell the gold from here. So, you know, I want Tariq Kababas. I just want the gold. It's not personal for me, but that gold is personal for me. It's to prove that I'm the best light heavyweight fighter here.
Great, thank you guys.
Rida, NOS Sport. Question for Uko. Jamal has said in previous interviews that he will hit you very hard and he will bring fire to the ring. What are you bringing tomorrow?
Like I said, one man going down tomorrow, and let's figure it out.
Thank you. One question for Chico. If you win this fight tomorrow, you have won over the top 5. One thing is left, I think, and that's a tournament. Is that something you are discussing with Glory?
I wish there would be a tournament. Of course, I also got the rematch with Tijani, but for now I'm focused on Ristov, of course. But I hope there will be like a tournament in the future for our weight class. And bonuses, of course, for our weight class. Robbie, bonuses for everyone, come on. Not only the heavyweights this year.
Robbie has no money left, I heard. I'm sorry.
I have a question for Theodore. What is it like for you to represent Bulgaria? Because it's a huge responsibility. You know how many fans you have here in Bulgaria, but here is different. What is it? What's the feeling like for you?
I'm very happy. First of all, I'm very happy. It's a big opportunity, not only for me, but also my family, my country. I just want to make everybody proud to be Bulgarian.
You have a great way to handle pressure. You're just like joyful with the situation. Is that the way to handle everything with happiness, with just pure joy?
I just enjoy this moment. I don't have any pressure. I'm here in his country for his belt, so I don't have any pressure. I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you and good luck. And I also have a question for Chico. What can you remember from your fight with Alexander, Theodore's? They are training in the same teammate?
Yeah, I remember it. I fought in Bulgaria 3 times. I love to fight in Bulgaria. I really like it. The fans love fighting, and I remember it. I remember everything in Bulgaria, and that time I went up in weight, 85 kilos, I think 3 days before the fight. And yeah, I remember the fight. I lost, but I think I won. But that doesn't matter right now. Right now I'm fighting Risto, so yeah.
This time you're a lot taller. Do you think that this is one of your advantages?
Always. Yeah, my length is always my advantage, my reach. Yeah, it's my advantage, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What we've been doing is Robbie or Jim will tell me.
Yes, I'm back. In the last press conference, I spoke to Marshall Selesnik and I spoke about Rico doing a crossover fight against Francis Ngannou. And he said he supports every fighter that would like to do a crossover fight if it's interesting. Have any of you guys thought about a crossover fight in boxing or in any other sport? And would that be something interesting for you? It could be any one of you. So.
I think there will be a lot of crossovers in the future. I think there was interest from Japan, and I would love to fight there, but for now I'm focused on Ristov.
Kickboxing?
Yes, and boxing, yes.
And boxing, okay.
Let him first defend his belt this year. Please.
I understand. Thanks.
Anyone else have questions for any of the fighters on the stage here? Let me just take this opportunity then to say thank you to not only what everyone knows as great fighters, but we know within the Glory organization as great men. We see the sacrifices that each of them make to be at the top of their game and to represent not just their country, their families, and the organization, but to represent kickboxing all over the world. So one more time, if you would, give them all a big hand for being prepared for stepping into what is the toughest sport in the world for combat sports tomorrow night at Glory 98. Let me also wrap up by saying thank you to some great sponsors. First of all, Videoland. You can watch it tomorrow night from Rotterdam on Videoland. Also, thank you to Fairtex, and we have a great new sponsor, RD Dubai. You guys are talking about bonuses. We have some big news coming up tomorrow night just before the main event. So for those of you that will be with us, we'll look forward to sharing that information with you as well. Those of you that are here in attendance, stay with us. We're going to reset the stage, and we'll get ready for the official weigh-ins coming up for Glory 98 tomorrow night, RTM stage in Rotterdam.
That's it! It is over! Jamal Ben Sadiq! And Uku, just like that! Look at the Goliath! Bombs away! And that's it! It is over! He went punch for punch with the big guy and it was a mistake! It's over! Chico Quasi, welterweight champion of the world!
Look at me now.
Oh, knee! Over there and down again!
So I want to be the best.
Future star being born right before our eyes.
I grinded so many years for this.
Elbow knee! Over and out! Jim Caceres, spectacular! Knee! Maury Chroma ends this fight!
Hello, welcome to the official weigh-in for Glory 98. And yes, Glory Kickboxing is back for 2025. It seems like it's been a long time, and it was, I guess, the first part of December. So we are excited to say Happy New Year to all of the kickboxing fans in the world. And of course, no better place to start it than back here at the home of kickboxing, the Netherlands, where tomorrow night RTM stage in Rotterdam is going to be a complete sellout for what will be a fantastic card. Coming up, just want to remind everybody that on this card, there are 11 fighters who have yet to taste defeat inside the Glory ring. Some of those will be going head-to-head tomorrow. So someone's O has got to go, as they've always said in combat sports tomorrow night. But so much great young talent. 3 brand new fighters stepping into the Glory ring for the first time. We look forward to that, of course, as always. And the return of the Goliath in your main event, Jamal Ben Sadiq, who has been away from the Glory ring for 30 months, is going to be stepping in, taking on Uku Jurjendal. We will have those 2 big men on the scales here coming up in just a matter of minutes. But I know Moroccan fans here in the Netherlands are really looking forward to Jamal's return tomorrow night, and we are too inside the organization. Let me bring up some important people. 2 of them are already on the stage with me. It is Anna Maria and Tara. Say hello to our Glory girls that will be a part of the event tomorrow night. Also from our talent operations department, Mr. Robbie Timmers is here. Jip Tessier is also with us. They are helping to oversee our weigh-ins today. Let's get right to the weigh-ins if we can and bring our first 2 fighters onto the stage. I mentioned that we have some new fighters, undefeated fighters. Undefeated in a pro career is our first fighter onto the scales. That's Antonio Krajinovic, here to take on Sufjan El Hamoushi. Krajinovic is here out of Osijek, Croatia. 2-0 in a young career. He actually made his professional debut with us at Glory 95 in Zagreb with a first-round technical knockout in the first minute. He is a 7-time Croatian national champion. 76.8 for Krajinovic. Here's his opponent now, Sufjan El Hamoushi. El Hamoushi, one other Glory fight, undefeated in the Glory ring, but as a professional, 21 wins with 6 losses, 13 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He won his debut at a great event in Antwerp at Glory 94. 77 even for El Hamoushi. This one in the welterweight division scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds tomorrow night, RTM stage in Rotterdam. The place will be rocking tomorrow night, and this is going to be a nice way to get things started for 2025 and for Glory 98. We'll then move to the featherweight division. One of those newcomers I was telling you about just a moment ago, Matan Shonard, is here to take on Denis Wosik. Shonard, fighting out of France, 25 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. 11 of those wins coming by knockout. He goes by the nickname of Niglo, one of France's top talents. He became a French champion last year, also a European and world champion. 64.8 for Shonard. Now, his opponent, Denis Wosik, actually comes in ranked number 3 in the Glory World Rankings. He is a veteran of almost 50 fights. 39 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw. 9 of those wins by knockout. The troublemaker's been on a tear. He is a winner of 9 of his last 10 fights. 64.7 for Woshin, who has taken on the best in the division, including Jan Kaffa and Buryan Perposhi. He's a 2-time world tournament champion in China. Then we go back to the welterweight division. It's Ismail Ayadi and Don Snow. Ayadi fighting out of Morocco by way of Brussels. He, too, is undefeated in the Glory Ring. He's made 1 prior appearance and won that fight. He won his debut over Abdallah Usaid with a 2nd-round knockout at Glory 94, a European champion. 31 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws, and 16 career knockouts. 76.8 for Ayadi. Now his opponent, Don Snow. Here fighting out of Suriname. He is 4-2 in a young professional career. 2 of those wins by knockout. He's a winner of 2 of his last 3 fights. And actually came onto the radar of Glory Talent Ops in his appearance in the House of Glory series on one of our great sponsors, Videoland. 76.8 for Don Snow. Ayadi and Snow tomorrow night, 3 3-minute rounds. We'll stay in the welterweight division for the next fight. Mehdi Ait El Haj is here to take on Robin Chirich. Ait El Haj, again, will be on the Glory stage, undefeated in 3 prior Glory appearances, fighting out of Morocco, the talent, 34 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws. He took a split decision in Rotterdam at Glory 96 in October and won his debut by decision at Glory 91. 76.9 for Ait El Haj. Now his opponent, Robin Chirich, a veteran of the Glory Ring, 11th start in his Glory career. The king of the ring, 23 wins, 8 losses, 7 of those wins by knockout. Been training as a martial artist since a young man, 13 years old, and became a Dutch and European champion that same year. 76.9 also for Chirich in this matchup, welterweight division, 3 3-minute rounds. So that will be the last of our preliminary bouts, and then we'll turn to the main card tomorrow night. Just want to take a second and say thank you to our sponsors again, Videoland, where you can watch Glory 98 tomorrow night here in the Netherlands, and thanks to Fairtex. Also to our new sponsor, RD Dubai, who will be making a big announcement tomorrow night at RTM, and of course our thanks to Unibet. The main card begins with the featherweights, Chris Juan and Andres Santos. Let's get Chris out here onto the scales first. He'll be making his 4th Glory start, fighting out of Germany. 35 wins, 6 losses, 1 bout scored even with 14 career knockouts. The Raptor dropping to featherweight for the first time in his Glory career, and his first appearance since Glory 89 in the fall of 2023 in Burgas, Bulgaria. 64.8 for Chris Juan. Now his opponent, here fighting out of Lisbon, Portugal, and ranked number 8 in the Glory World Rankings, Andres Santos. 1 prior Glory appearances, he won that fight, a debut at Glory 94, 2nd-round knockout at a great event in Antwerp. A southpaw comes in 22 wins, 2 losses, half of those wins coming by way of knockout. 64.9 for Santos. Looking to keep his unblemished Glory record intact tomorrow night at RTM. Lots of great welterweights on this card. We'll go to Calmente Mendez, who is the other debutant. He'll be making his first Glory appearance tomorrow night, taking on Hamisha. Mendez is here out of Madrid, Spain, undefeated in a young professional career, 7-0, 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is a Spanish amateur champion who had told us a great story yesterday that Gokhan Saki actually reached out to him on his social media and told him that he would one day be a champion. He sees tomorrow night's appearance as the first step in that direction. 76.6 for Mendez. His opponent now on the scales is Hamisha. 41 wins, 2 losses. He's undefeated in 5 prior Glory appearances with 30 career knockouts. 76.4 for Hamisha. By the way, undefeated in 5 Glory appearances for Hamisha. 4 of those wins have come inside the distance and all in the first round. So you don't want to be found out of your seat when this one takes off tomorrow night. And then we turn to the middleweight ranks. Masoud Salimovic here to take on Ilyas Hamouchi. Salimovic making his first Glory start out of Bosnia-Herzegovina. 32 wins, 12 losses, 17 of those wins by knockout. He goes by the nickname the Bosnian Soldier. 2024 was a big year in his fighting career. Silver medalist in the military kickboxing championships. He won a world title, and of course he signed his Glory contract. 84.3 for Salimovic. Now, Hamouchi onto the scales. Ilyas Hamouchi fighting out of Morocco. 34 wins, 7 losses, 2-1 in his prior Glory appearances. He's a 2-time European champion who last appeared in Rotterdam at Glory 96. 85 kilos even for Hamouchi. Then it's the light heavyweights coming our way. Michael Boapea stepping up the weight class to take this fight and taking on Ibrahim El Bouni. Boapea, the time bomb, is the #1 middleweight contender in the Glory ranks, but looks to step up here with a 9-3 Glory record, 19-4-1 overall, 7 career knockouts for the time bomb. 92.9 for Boapea. Now, El Bouni, again a Moroccan fighter. Currently ranked #7 in the Glory World Rankings for light heavyweights. Mr. Cool making his 8th Glory start. 42 wins, 10 losses, 1 draw. 22 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Not a lot of talking from this guy. He does his talking in the ring. 94.7 for El Bouni. Michael telling us earlier he just did not want to wait on other middleweights to step in and fight, so he's willing to take on all comers, no matter the weight class. So he'll do that tomorrow night. Next bout, this is going to be a great one. Maury Kroma is here to take on Jim Caceres. Both are 3-0, undefeated in the Glory ring, both on impressive winning streaks. Kroma, currently ranked #5, 31-2-1 as a professional, but undefeated 3-0 inside the Glory ring. The Black Ghost extended his winning streak to 14 with his win at Collision 7. 94.5 for Kroma. Now his opponent, also undefeated, 3-0. He was last year's newcomer of the year, and as a professional, 18 wins with just 1 loss, 14 of those wins by knockout. He is on a 10-fight unbeaten streak of his own and defeated power puncher Stefan Lutescu with a first-round KO in Antwerp at Glory 94. 94.7 for Caceres. Fireworks here, fireworks tomorrow night inside the Glory ring. Then the co-main event of the evening, our only 5-round fight of the night for the welterweight championship of the world. The challenger, Theodor Ristov, is here to take on the champion, Chico Quasi. both undefeated, both on good winning streaks. Ristov, fighting out of Varna, Bulgaria, will attempt to become the first ever Bulgarian world champion of Glory. 18 wins, 3 losses. He's undefeated in 4 prior Glory appearances and extended his winning streak to 9 with a win at Glory 96. 77 even for Ristov. Now the champion, Chico Quasi. Undefeated in 4 prior Glory appearances. He's on an 11-fight unbeaten streak. 43 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. And of course, the last time we saw him, he fought to a very unsatisfying draw in the champion versus champion matchup with lightweight champion Tijani Bastati. That one took place at Glory 96. 77 even for the champion, Chico Quasi. 5 rounds for the welterweight championship of the world. Interesting, both of these fighters described their opponents as unorthodox. Expect anything and everything tomorrow night in the quest for the belt. And then your main event of the evening. 3 rounds in the heavyweight division. Jamal Ben Sadiq will return to the Glory ring, taking on Uku Yuriandao. Let's get Goliath onto the scales first. Sadiq, of course, fighting out of Morocco. We haven't seen him in 2.5 years. 36 wins, 9 losses. He came to Glory all the way back at Glory 2 in Brussels, and here he is for Glory 98, a 2-time heavyweight title challenger. 121.8 for the Goliath. And now his opponent, Uku Yuriandao. Uku fighting out of Estonia. He is ranked in Glory's top 10. Right now, number 9, 20 wins, 9 losses. His 7th Glory start. All 3 of his wins have come by knockout. Look for first-round fireworks in this one tomorrow night. Both of these fighters known for quick finishes. 116.7 for Uku Yuriandao tomorrow night, who himself has been away from the Glory ring for almost a full year. The return of the Goliath, Jamal Ben Sadiq, coming up tomorrow night, RTM stage in Rotterdam, and Uku Yuriandao. What a night it is going to be, and what a way to say hello to 2025. We say Happy New Year to kickboxing and martial arts fans all over the world. Check on those tickets by going to glorykickboxing.com. And for now, let me just ask, are you ready for glory?
That's it! It is over! Jamal Ben Sadiq! And Uku, just like that! Look at the Goliath, bombs away! And that's it! It is over! He went punch for punch with the big guy, and it was a mistake! It's over! Chico Quasi, welterweight champion of the world!
Look at me now.
Oh, knee! Over here and down again!
So I want to be the best.
Future star being born right before our eyes.
I grinded so many years for this.
Elbow knee, over and out. Jim Caceres, spectacular. Oh! Knee. Maury Chroma ends this fight